Alex had always loved machines. Ever since he was a child, tinkering with broken radios and scavenged drones in his small workshop on Earth, he had dreamed of traveling among the stars and solving the mysteries of alien technology. He never expected that this dream would lead him to a bustling space station at the edge of a distant star system, or that it would bring him face to face with an alien princess. The station was alive with motion. Ships of every shape and size hovered near docking bays, while merchants hawked exotic goods from countless worlds. The air smelled faintly of ionized metal and synthetic spices, and a hum of engines and alien chatter filled every corner. Alex navigated the crowded bazaar, carefully balancing his toolkit as he scanned the aisles for rare components. His attention was drawn to a sudden commotion near the central docking area. A sleek, unfamiliar spacecraft had just landed, wobbling slightly as it settled. Smoke puffed from one of its vents and the crowd parted instinctively, giving space to the strange visitor. Alex's curiosity flared. The ship's hatch hissed open and a figure emerged. She was unlike any being Alex had ever seen. Tall and slender, with luminous markings across her skin that shimmered softly in the station's lights, she moved with grace and authority. Her suit, clearly high-tech, flickered with intermittent sparks, and various instruments attached to it buzzed erratically. The crowd murmured in awe, but the princess seemed frustrated rather than pleased. She gestured sharply at the malfunctioning gear, muttering in a melodic alien language. Merchants and engineers nearby hesitated, glancing at the equipment with trepidation. It was clear that no one wanted to risk handling such delicate and complex technology. Alex stepped forward instinctively. "I might be able to help," he said, his voice steady despite the thrum of tension in the air. He glanced at his toolkit, feeling the familiar weight of his wrenches and diagnostic tools in his hands. The princess's glowing eyes met his, and for a moment she seemed to assess him as though reading his very intentions. "You dare," a nearby engineer whispered. Others snorted, certain that a human could never hope to understand alien technology. Alex ignored them. "I just need to see the schematics," he said. The princess hesitated, then waved him closer. Alex approached carefully, studying the intricate circuits and energy conduits of her gear. Unlike anything he had seen before, the suit pulsed with bio-integrated tech, a combination of living tissue and advanced machinery. The interfaces were alien, but patterns emerged. He began to recognize them as logic sequences, not entirely unlike the algorithms he had used on Earth. As he worked, he explained his process aloud, partly to organize his own thoughts. "The energy regulators are overloaded here, and these circuits are misaligned. If I reroute the flow slightly, it should stabilize." He pointed to a section of glowing conduits, his fingers deftly adjusting components. Sparks flew, and a faint hum filled the air as the circuits accepted the correction. The princess watched intently, her expression unreadable. Alex's heart pounded. One wrong move could fry the delicate system. Sweat beaded on his forehead, but he kept working, relying on instinct as much as knowledge. He had repaired tricky devices before, but nothing like this. The energy signatures were alive, almost as if the suit itself were aware of his touch. A crowd had gathered now, whispering and watching. Alex's hands moved with precision, guided by both careful calculation and improvisation. He had never felt more alive. After what seemed like hours but was only minutes, the final adjustment clicked into place. The suit's glow steadied, the flickering stopped, and the humming became a smooth, powerful resonance. Alex stepped back, breathing hard. The princess's eyes widened in a mixture of surprise and admiration. She extended a hand toward him. "You repaired it," she said, her voice carrying over the murmur of the crowd. Her accent and tone were strange, yet the meaning was clear. "Few dare, none succeed. You have my respect." Before Alex could respond, she turned slightly, raising her head in a proud gesture. Her voice rang out, melodic and commanding. This human is my chosen consort. He has shown courage, intellect, and patience worthy of trust. The bazaar erupted into whispers. Gasps spread through the crowd and merchants blinked in disbelief. Alex froze. He had expected thanks, perhaps admiration. But this? He had never imagined that repairing a suit would lead to such a declaration. The princess's gaze softened, her glowing markings pulsing gently. "Do not fear," she said. "I recognize qualities that others do not. You are worthy of walking beside me." Alex's mind raced. Consort me. He glanced around at the stunned faces, unsure how to react. He had always been confident with machines, but navigating alien politics and royal declarations was a different challenge entirely. Before he could speak, a subtle tension crept through the crowd. Figures lurking at the edges stepped forward, their expressions serious. Alex noticed uniforms and insignias he did not recognize, but their intent was clear. They were not here to celebrate. The declaration had consequences, and not everyone was pleased with it. The princess seemed to sense it, her expression sharpening. "Do not be distracted," she said to Alex. "Your task is done, but your journey is just beginning." She gestured to her ship. "Come, I will explain everything." Alex hesitated, glancing back at the workshop stalls and the curious faces, but something in her tone left no room for argument. He followed her aboard the ship, careful not to touch the delicate surfaces. The interior was sleek and alien, glowing softly with panels that seemed to respond to thought rather than touch. Lyra, the princess, guided him to a console displaying a three-dimensional star map. "You repaired my gear, yes," she said, "but that is only the first trial. There are others who seek to harm me or use me for their own gain. By helping me, you have placed yourself at the center of forces far larger than this station." Alex swallowed. I didn't expect any of this. I just fixed your suit." Lyra's gaze was firm. "Intentions matter. Courage matters. You acted when others feared to touch my technology. That is why I chose you. You are human, yes, but human ingenuity is underestimated." As she spoke, alarms suddenly rang through the ship. Red lights flashed. Alex's heart skipped. Panels displayed a small fleet of unknown ships approaching rapidly. "They know," Lyra said. "Those who do not wish for me to leave this system safely. You must help me navigate this." Alex's mind raced. He had studied starship systems, but piloting a ship like this under attack was beyond anything he had imagined. Yet, instinct took over. He moved to the controls, analyzing the interface, and realized that some of his human methods, improvisation, quick pattern recognition, and lateral thinking, could complement the alien systems. Together, they worked. Lyra piloted with precision, while Alex manipulated the energy conduits, shields, and propulsion adjustments. He rerouted power, stabilized failing engines, and optimized weapon systems, not that he wanted to fire, but to give them a chance to escape. The alien attackers were skilled, but unprepared for a collaboration like this. Alex's ingenuity disrupted their formation, giving Lyra openings to dodge and weave through asteroid fields and energy storms. The crowd in the station below watched the distant flashes with awe. Finally, the attackers retreated, unable to predict the unpredictable combination of alien technology and human improvisation. The ship stabilized, lights returned to normal, and a sense of calm filled the interior. Lyra looked at Alex, her glowing markings now steady and radiant. "You see," she said softly, "you are more than you realize. Humans have qualities that even advanced civilizations overlook. Courage, intelligence, adaptability, these are not limited by species." Alex felt a mixture of relief, pride, and lingering disbelief. I never thought I'd be someone's consort, especially not yours," he said, scratching the back of his head awkwardly. Lyra tilted her head, a small smile forming. "Titles are not the point. Trust and respect are. You have both, earned in a way few ever can." For a moment, the hum of the ship, the distant stars, and the fading alarms created a serene silence. Alex realized that this was the start of something far greater than he had ever dreamed. Fixing the alien gear had been only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, unpredictable, and filled with challenges, and now he was at the heart of it. Outside the viewport, stars streaked by as the ship prepared to jump to faster-than-light travel. Alex took a deep breath, gripping the edge of a console. He was ready, in a way he didn't fully understand yet. The adventure had only begun, and the choices he made in the coming days could alter the balance of forces across the stars. Lyra glanced at him again, her expression unreadable but her eyes soft. "Rest for now," she said. "Tomorrow we begin the real journey, but know this, you have already proven that humanity is more than it seems. Others will see it soon enough." Alex nodded, still overwhelmed but inspired. He had faced an impossible repair, gained the trust of a royal alien figure, and survived a sudden attack. And somehow, in the midst of all this chaos, he had glimpsed the potential of what humans could accomplish in a galaxy full of wonders. As he looked out into the infinite darkness, dotted with stars and distant worlds, he understood that his life had changed forever. The galaxy was wide, strange, and often dangerous, but with courage, ingenuity, and a bit of luck, humans could thrive anywhere. And perhaps, just perhaps, he would help prove that to every being who doubted them. The ship hummed steadily as it glided through the void of space, leaving the chaos of the station behind. Alex had spent the last few hours absorbing the enormity of what had happened. He was no longer just a human engineer tinkering with machines. He had been declared the chosen consort of an alien princess, a title that carried weight he barely understood. Lyra moved gracefully across the deck, her glowing markings pulsing gently. She did not speak at first, allowing Alex to process the calm after the storm. "There are rules, traditions, and dangers you must learn," she finally said. "And soon, you will face trials that test not only your skill but your courage." Alex nodded, still unsure what to say. I'm ready to help," he said honestly, though the uncertainty lingered. He had fixed her suit and helped her escape, but this was different. This was about navigating alien politics, understanding customs he had never imagined, and proving himself in a society far beyond Earth. Lyra led him to a room filled with holographic displays and star maps. "First, you must understand the threats that follow me. My position makes me a target. There are those who seek my downfall and some who would exploit me to gain power." Her voice was calm but carried a weight that made Alex sit up straighter. Are they enemies?" he asked. "In a sense," Lyra replied. "Some are rivals within my court. Others are factions from beyond this system who see opportunity in chaos. All underestimate humans. They do not know your potential." Alex took a deep breath. "Then I need to prove that humans are worth noticing," he said. The determination surprised even him. Over the next days, Alex began learning about Lyra's ship and its operations. Every system was a puzzle: alien interfaces, energy flows, navigation protocols that seemed to operate by instinct rather than logic. Yet Alex approached each problem with curiosity and creativity. His human perspective allowed him to notice patterns the alien crew overlooked. He rerouted power to optimize engines, improved communication arrays with quick improvisations, and adapted the ship's shields to respond faster to external threats. Lyra observed silently, sometimes correcting, sometimes allowing him to experiment. The crew, skeptical at first, slowly began to respect him. His intelligence was unconventional but effective. He had a knack for finding solutions where others saw only problems. Their first major test came when they entered a contested star system. Sensors detected multiple unidentified ships converging on their position. "These are scouts," Lyra said. "They test our defenses before a larger fleet arrives. We must respond carefully." Alex moved quickly, analyzing the ship's systems. "We can use the asteroid belt near the system's edge. If we draw them into it, their formation will break. Then we can outmaneuver them. Lyra raised an eyebrow. You are suggesting using natural obstacles against advanced technology. Yes, Alex replied, but we control the shields and sensors. We can anticipate movements better than they can. It's risky, but it works. The attack began. The enemy ships advanced in tight formation, their energy weapons ready. Lyra piloted with precision, weaving the flagship between massive asteroids while Alex adjusted shields and power output to compensate for sudden gravitational shifts. Explosions rocked nearby space as enemy fire ricocheted off rocks. Alex rerouted energy to deflect damage, repaired systems in real time, and suggested maneuvers that even Lyra hadn't expected. The enemy formation faltered. Confused by the unpredictable movements, they collided with asteroids or retreated. Alex's quick thinking had turned what seemed like an impossible situation into a victory. Lyra glanced at him, her expression a mixture of approval and astonishment. "You humans are remarkable," she said quietly. "You see paths others cannot." Alex smiled, though his heart raced. "I just do what makes sense. Sometimes the obvious solution isn't the one everyone expects." Their next challenge was political rather than tactical. Upon reaching a nearby allied system, Lyra had to negotiate with a council of rulers from various species. Many were skeptical of her choice to bring a human aboard as a consort. Some openly questioned Alex's worthiness, while others whispered that he might be a spy or an opportunist. Alex felt out of place at first, but he remembered Lyra's words. Humans have qualities others underestimate. He focused on observing, listening, and contributing when his unique perspective offered solutions. During a discussion about energy distribution between planets, Alex suggested a simple rerouting of power conduits that would prevent blackouts during storms. The council members, accustomed to complex alien protocols, were impressed by the simplicity and effectiveness of his plan. Lyra noticed their reactions and nodded subtly. "You see," she whispered, "ingenuity, clarity, and courage, these are qualities that inspire respect." As days turned into weeks, Alex grew more confident. He learned to anticipate problems before they occurred, to read alien expressions and body language, and to combine human logic with alien intuition. Lyra trusted him increasingly, sharing more of her responsibilities and secrets, and sometimes seeking his opinion on matters of strategy or diplomacy. One evening, while observing a distant nebula from the ship's observation deck, Lyra turned to him. "Alex, there is something I must tell you. Being my consort is not just an honor, it carries danger. You have already faced attempts on my life. Others will try again, and they may not hesitate to harm you to reach me." Alex looked at her, determination in his eyes. "I don't care. If you're in danger, I'll find a way to help. I've come this far, I'm not turning back." She studied him carefully, the glow of her markings softening. "Your courage is rare, even among humans. That is why I chose you. But courage alone is not enough. You must also be clever, patient, and adaptable. Will you accept that challenge?" "I will," Alex said firmly. The real test came sooner than either of them expected. A fleet of hostile ships appeared on sensors, far larger and more organized than any scouts they had encountered. Their approach was aggressive and their intent clear, to capture or destroy Lyra. Alex and Lyra coordinated quickly. He analyzed the incoming fleet's patterns, identifying weak points in their formation. Using a combination of alien technology and his own improvisation, he proposed a daring plan. Split their energy signature to create illusions of multiple ships, then use the nebula's gas clouds to mask their true movements. The crew was skeptical. Such tactics had never been attempted before. "It is dangerous," one officer warned. "Everything worth doing is dangerous," Alex replied. The battle began. The enemy ships fired relentlessly, but Alex's plan worked. Multiple false signatures appeared on enemy sensors, causing confusion. Lyra piloted the ship through the nebula with unmatched precision, while Alex monitored energy flows, adjusted shields, and repaired critical systems on the fly. The flagship seemed to move with a rhythm born of perfect coordination between human ingenuity and alien technology. Hours passed in tense silence, broken only by alarms and warnings. Finally, the enemy fleet, unable to locate their target, began to retreat. Alex leaned back, exhausted but exhilarated. Lyra placed a hand on his shoulder, her glowing markings pulsing warmly. "You did it," she said softly. "Not only did you save me, but you proved something important. Human potential cannot be underestimated." Alex shook his head in disbelief. "I just did what I had to. We did it together," she smiled. "Perhaps, but it was your insight, your courage, and your adaptability that tipped the balance. You have changed the way my people will see humans." In the aftermath, Lyra publicly acknowledged Alex's role in the victory. Word spread quickly throughout the Allied systems. A human had proven himself capable of saving a royal alien, outmaneuvering fleets, and solving problems no one else could. Allies who had once doubted him now treated him with respect, and even some rivals showed cautious admiration. As days passed, Alex found a rhythm aboard the ship. He learned more about Lyra's world, the intricacies of her people's culture, and the responsibilities of leadership. He continued to apply his human ingenuity to every challenge, finding solutions that others overlooked. His relationship with Lyra deepened, not just trust and respect, but a partnership built on shared experience, mutual admiration, and the understanding that together they could face any challenge. One evening, as the ship sailed past a distant, sparkling cluster of stars, Lyra and Alex stood side by side on the observation deck. She spoke quietly, her voice filled with warmth and conviction. "You have shown that humans are more than they appear. Your courage, intelligence, and determination have earned not only my respect but the respect of countless others. And you have earned your place by my side, not just as my consort, but as my equal in purpose." Alex felt a surge of pride and humility. He had never imagined that fixing a broken suit on a crowded station would lead to this. He had faced danger, navigated politics, and applied human creativity in ways that changed the course of alien events. He realized that humans had something unique to offer the galaxy, a combination of curiosity, adaptability, and courage that could thrive even in worlds beyond imagination. "I'll do my best," Alex said quietly. "I'll continue learning, helping, and proving that humans are worth noticing." Lyra's eyes glowed softly. "I know you will. Together, we will face whatever comes next." The galaxy is vast and challenges are endless, but humans, your kind, have the potential to rise above any obstacle. That is why you are here and why you are important. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and Alex felt a deep sense of purpose. He was no longer just an engineer from Earth. He was part of something greater. The galaxy was full of mysteries, dangers, and opportunities, and he had found his place among them. As the flagship moved toward uncharted territories, Alex understood that this journey had only just begun. There would be more trials, more enemies, and more puzzles to solve, but he was ready. With courage, ingenuity, and the support of Lyra, he knew that humans could leave their mark on the universe in ways no one had yet imagined. And in that moment, Alex smiled, looking out at the infinite expanse of stars. He had begun as a tinkerer, repairing a broken suit, but he had become a symbol of human potential. A human could rise to meet any challenge, adapt, and thrive, even among the stars. And this was only the beginning. The ship's engines hummed steadily, carrying them forward into the unknown, toward adventures that would test their courage, intellect, and partnership. Alex was ready for whatever the galaxy would throw at him, knowing that together, he and the alien princess could face any danger, solve any problem, and prove that humans, though small and fragile compared to other species, could achieve greatness in ways that no one had yet imagined. The journey had begun, and the stars were theirs to explore.